Welcome, dear students, to this course of heat transfer offering by the Gujarat Technological University in the semester number 5 of Bachelor Programs in Mechanical Engineering. I, Professor Kunal Kriya, welcome you in this e-course of heat transfer. And learning objective behind this video is only to provide a motivations for the course heat transfer and highlight of the course syllabus which is given by the GTU. So first in this video we are going to review the syllabus and what points we have to learn in the syllabus that we are considering, and then we discuss. So in the syllabus of bachelor programs of the semester number 5 mechanical engineering, the course heat transfer is offered by the GTU. So the type of course is a professional core course, means it is a most important, or it is a professional course, is it is comes under the category of professional core course for the mechanical students. Rational, this course is prepared to provide the detailed understanding of various mode of heat transfer and its applications in mechanical engineering. The course is also provide the basic technical knowledge related to the heat exchanger. The teaching scheme as per the GTU new syllabus is 4 hours of lectures per week and 2 hours of laboratory. Means you have to attend the 4 lectures and 2 laboratory hours, means one laboratory. The evaluation systems is given by the GTU for this subject is 70 marks of examinations that is conducted by GTU and semester examinations. Progressive assessment, it is same as the subjects, that is 30 marks. Practical evaluations is divided again into the two parts, that one is ESE and semester examinations of VIVA, which is also conducted by the external examiner appointed by a GTU. 20 marks of internal progressive assessment, that is for lab work. So the total mark or total evaluation of this subject is 150. Now we are going in detail that what content you have to learn in this course. There are 5 units are given in this syllabus of the heat transfer. First is conduction. In conduction you have to learn the Fourier's law, then effect of temperature on thermal conductivity on the liquid, solid and gaseous. Generalized equations of heat conduction in Cartesian coordinates, cylindrical coordinates and spherical coordinate systems. In regards of the special cases, one-dimensional steady-state conductions, heat conduction through a plane, composite wall, cylinders, spheres, and also you have to learn the electrical analogy of the heat transfers. Then you have to learn the critical radius of insulations for the two different geometry, that is the cylindrical and sphericals. The second portion of this chapter or the unit number 1 is heat transfer from the extended surfaces. So in extended surfaces, first you have to learn the classifications of fins, then the heat flow from the uniform cross section area fins. For various cases, there are 3 cases are there: infinitely long fin, insulated tip fins and the heat loss from the insulation, it means a short fin. So these 3 cases you have to learn. Then two most important parameter regarding with the fins that you have to learn, that is efficiency and effectiveness of fins. And finally, in the last topic in this unit is the estimations of error in the temperature measurement by the temperature thermometer valve. In the third portions, you have to learn about the transient heat conduction. It means the rate of heat transfer varies with respect to the time. In that, you have to carry out the lump capacitance methods for the body of infinite thermal conductivity, time constant, and one-dimensional transient heat conduction in plane wall with a finite conditions and the convection resistance. In the second unit, it is basically related with the second mode of the heat transfer, that is a convections, in which you have to learn the Newton's law of cooling, dimension analysis applied to the force and free convections, and physical significant on the different phenomena are happening in the convection. Then empirical correlations between the free and forced convections, continuity, momentum and energy equations. Then you have to learn about the thermal boundary layers and hydraulic boundary layers, and the solution for that boundary by the Blasius solution for the laminar layers, and general solutions for the one carbon integrand momentum equations. Third portion is the third mode of the heat transfer, that is the radiations. In radiation, you have to learn a very basic quantities, what is absorptivity, reflectivity, transmittivity, Then you have to learn about various types of body, that is white body, gray body, and emissive body. Then Kirchhoff's law. Here we have to learn the lots of laws associated with the radiation heat transfers. And last chapter, chapter number 4, there are 5 chapters, but this is very important chapter, chapter number 4. It is a heat exchangers. Here you have to learn about the classifications of heat exchangers and analysis. There are 2 methods of analysis for the heat exchanger. One is LMTD, that is called as a logarithmic mean temperature difference, and second one method is called as effectiveness NTU methods. So we have to learn about both the methods and analysis of heat exchanger in this unit. Then unit number 5, that is the last unit of the syllabus, that is a two-phase heat transfer. See, simple phenomena in the same phase, if heat transfer is associated, or you have to analyze the various parameters regarding with the heat transfer, then it is very easy. But whenever there are two phases, it means a liquid to gas, liquid to solids. So at that time, that kind of the mode or that kind of the cases are called as a two-phase heat transfer. And in that, generally we have 2 basic phenomena are there associated with the mechanical application. One is boiling and another one is condensation. Boiling is liquid to gas and condensation is gas to liquid. Phase change phenomena are there. So we have to basically learn the two-phase heat transfer means whenever there is droplets are get condensed, or the liquid gets boiled, or it is evaporated, at that time what kind of heat transfer occurs, and we have to derive the some equations regarding with that condensation and evaporations. Here in this slide, you are observing the specification table for the evaluation of course which is given by the GTU, and the specification table is consist the different level of evaluation according to the Bloom's taxonomy. So there are different levels are given. There are 6 levels given in the Bloom's taxonomy. There are 6 levels are: R means remembrance, U means understanding, A means application, N means analyze, E means evaluate, and C means create. So out of that 6 level, GTU is evaluating up to the 4 level in the bachelor programs. So remembrance level is 10, understanding is 20 percentage, application is 60, and analysis is 10%. So more or less the subject is application or analysis type of subjects. It means there are a number of numericals are more in the question paper of GTU that is given indirectly over here in the specification table. So student must have to prepare according to this specification table given by the GTU. Now, a reference book which is mentioned in the GTU syllabus, there is a heat and mass transfer by the P. Kenag, heat and mass transfer, the fundamental and application by Yunus Angel, fundamental of heat transfer by the Incorpora, and the heat transfer by the Mills and Ganeshan, heat transfer by the J.P. Holman, and heat and mass transfer by R.K. Rajput. Majorly books of this which is mentioned in the GTU reference sections is available in our library. So one can refer it, but for our course we are only preparing the book of the Books India. Now we go through this course outcome. What is the intentions or what are the outcomes by attending this course? So there are 6 numbers, generally 6 numbers of course outcomes will be defined by the curriculum designer, but here 5 numbers of course outcome will be given, and evaluations or the percentage weightage is also given over here. So the course outcome means after attending this course, student will be able to classify the heat transfer problem and to apply the principle of steady state one-dimensional heat transfer, extended surfaces, unsteady state conductions for the commonly encountered problems in the mechanical engineering. It means it is directly related with the unit number 1. Second, after learning this course or after attending this course, student will be able to identify the convection problem and to apply the concept of natural and forced convection to the related problem. It is mapped with our unit number 2. Student will be a third course outcome. Student will be able to explain the various law of radiation, heat transfer, and to determine the radiation heat transfer between the black and gray surfaces of simple mechanical system. It means it is directly related with unit number 3. The fourth course outcome is student will be able to practice LMTD and effectiveness NTU method for simple heat exchange devices. Again, it is a level of this course outcome is an applications or analyze, and it is also in line with our chapter number 4. And now course outcome number 5, student will be able to identify the types of boiling and condensation heat transfer process, and to use the same to estimate the heat transfer coefficient for simple cases. So again, it is mapped with our unit number 5 according to the GTU curriculum. Now, in this subject, we also have a 2 hours of laboratory, and in that we need to carry out the 10 different experiment. The suggested list of experiment is also mentioned in the GTU curriculum. There are 16 numbers of practicals are given. So first is to determine the thermal conductivity of given matter. Second experiment that we need to carry out, that determine the thermal conductivity of given composite wall. Third one, determine the Stefan Boltzmann's constant experimentally. Fourth one, to determine the heat transfer coefficient by the forced convection. Fifth, to determine the heat transfer coefficient by the natural convections. Sixth one, to determine the overall heat transfer coefficient of silent tube heat type of heat exchangers. Seventh one, to determine the emissivity of gray body. Eighth one, to study the film and drop wise condensation to determine the film coefficient. Ninth, to measure the convective heat transfer coefficient and the effectiveness of fin under the forced convections. 10th one, to measure the convective heat transfer coefficient and effectiveness of the fin under the natural convections. Means we have two practicals of fin. One is under forced convections and second one is of natural convections. 11th one, to determine the heat transfer coefficient for hairpin heat exchangers. Number 12, to determine the heat transfer coefficient for the transient heat transfer process. 13 number, to determine the critical radius of insulations. So as per GTU curriculum, there are 13 numbers of experiment given in the syllabus. Out of that 13, we need to perform only 10. Now we discuss and the question arises in your mind that where this subject is applied in the mechanical engineering. The first picture given over here is of the power plant. So if it is thermal power plant, then definitely boiler which is required to convert a water into steams. So heat transfer is associated with that. If your power plant is a nuclear kind of power plant, then the nuclear reactors are there, and in nuclear reactor heat exchange between waters and the nuclear products will be there. If you go with automobile, then in automobile industry there is a one important components are given in the every car, that is a radiator. In everyone's home we have a refrigerator, so refrigerator also having a heat exchange process are there in our refrigerators. Here the pictures shown, that is from the foundry. So it is related with the core mechanical branch, that whenever you have do the calculations of this melting process, whenever you do the calculations for the quenching time, cooling process, you need to learn about the heat transfer process and the rate of heat transfer which is occurs in the different processes. If you go for the welding process, then also you require the knowledge of heat transfers. And in the recent trends, all of you are aware that we have electronics media, and in every electronics media we are using the heat sink which is used for a cooling purpose of the different devices. So this is end of the first lecture. Thank you for attending the first lecture. Dear students, in next lecture we are going to learn about the various mode of heat transfer.